What's going on YouTube? Small Door here, and we are here with my personal full thoughts on Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. I just completed this game at probably 80 to 90 hours. Last I checked was around 70-ish. This game's great. This game's amazing. But I guess, you know, you probably gotta like this type of game. So what is Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon? This really is basically the best Elder Scrolls type game that's not Bethesda, if not better than some of their games. It really does follow a lot of formulas, very similar to like Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, that kind of thing, or even the Fallout games, Fallout 3, New Vegas, or Fallout 4. Except maybe the game's got really good story, really good characters, really good voice acting. And that's not to say that the like the Fallout games actually have really good voice acting, much better than the Elder Scrolls games, in my opinion. But this game's good. The combat's good. The systems are good. We're gonna have spoilers because I'm gonna show you some stuff here. But so one of the things is like, I mean, this is kind of a big map. The game's got 3 map areas. And there's a DLC map, which I can't access anymore because there's one complaint that I have. Once you finish the DLC, you cannot go back. Even though you have a choice to make at the end of the DLC of save it and preserve it, or let it go away. And even if you preserve it, you still can't go back. That bothered me because there were certain gear sets that I wanted to make that required materials from the DLC, and I couldn't go back to get them. That sucked. The game's got tons and tons of gear, equipment. It's got incredible crafting. It's a game with status effects. I mean, you got stats. Oops, I hit the wrong button a lot. You know, you get your attribute system here, skill trees. So under each attribute has its skill trees. You know, your strength, this is all your general, your physical attacks, your endurance is your defensive stuff. Dex is like your ranged attacks, and speed, spirituality is all your magic. There's tons of magic in this game, which I didn't even touch. So let me know down in the comments below, how is the magic in this game? I don't really know. Perception is like crits, daggers, and stealth. You can be super stealthy in this game. There's ways to really pump up like stealth damage, stealth, things like that, and everything, which is awesome. Practicality also has some defensive stuff, as well as it also, I didn't touch this, but you can start going into the crafting and trading tree. You have, so if you don't touch this, to do any crafting, you have to go to the crafting benches. Like if you want to do armor and weapons and stuff, you have to go find a workbench. If you want to do alchemy, you got to go to an alchemy station. Or if you fuel your campfire, you can do alchemy there, even from the beginning. But there's a skill tree in here. You can craft items at your campfire, which is awesome. This skill tree I unlocked doing a side quest. What? I mean, it's small, but it's still very impactful. Yeah, you have your quests and stuff. There's a journal for, you know, bestiary and things like that. Ooh, I almost got all of them. I'm only missing 5. I wasn't even trying. Inventory is interesting. You can have 2 quick slots and then 1 autofill quick slot, but they can't, sometimes aren't the same thing. The game can be played in third person. I personally don't play in third person. I find these types of games much more immersive in first person. And I play these games for the immersion. That's kind of like the big thing for me. Combat and that kind of thing is always secondary. If it's, you know, if it's still done super well, that's even better. But I'm always going to look into the immersion, the exploration, the sense of like, ooh, let's see what's over here. Ooh, I gotta see. I gotta get the loot. Gotta get the gear. I gotta look cool. All this kind of stuff. Even though the combat's not really like, as long as it's serviceable, that's all I really care about. But then this game also had, like I said, the story was amazing. The characters are amazing. And the combat, I feel like, is better than Elder Scrolls. But that's not really saying much. It's above average. Not great, but above average. It's like, it's good. The combat's good. This game has got some really good music, but because I streamed and put all of the VODs onto YouTube, I had to take off licensed music. I started getting copyrighted flags on my first few VODs, so I'm listening to the game music. It's still really good, but they do have some copywritten music, I guess, and I wasn't aware in the beginning. It's really good, though. The rain is nice, too. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you can see that they're like on the dude's armor. The aesthetic for the game is just really, really good as well. That's just me. I'm totally glazing this game. So if I want to hear about anything that I think is actually not done well in the game, the game is extremely easy. I played this game on veteran difficulty, and probably... So the game is broken up into 3 acts. I guess most people just call each map an act. Before I even finish the first map, which is this area, you know, we play these people who play these kind of games, we do everything we can, right? We look for everything, you know, to be able to, you know, we don't want to miss a single thing. I was one-shotting enemies before I left this area. There's a few boss type enemies or hidden enemies kind of things like that that definitely give me a little more trouble, but still very simple. Especially my build, the last like 4 like key fights in the story, I just one-shot. I literally hit them one time and they just died. So it's a little interesting. Game could have had some kind of balancing, I think. You know, and it is a problem, you know, sometimes in these kind of games, because then if you're like, oh, what if we scaled the game? Then you might run into the issue of Morrowind, or not Morrowind, Oblivion has the problem with scaling. You know, you level too much and just like little scamps or crabs are going to like start one-shotting you, dude. And that's not right. Like, so I'm thinking, well, maybe what if they only scale like story encounters or something like that? You know, maybe, I don't know how they can fix that. And there's the thing too, a lot of people, and I talk about this in my playthrough, when I play these kind of games, I'm not playing for the difficulty per se. I am playing more for the power fantasy of getting extremely powerful. But it is a little weird once, you know, I'm just one-shotting everything, because then it kind of like defeats the purpose of finding the loot. I'm like, ooh, I found this new item, but it doesn't matter. So there is that. From a technical point of view, and this might just be my own machine, but I do have issues with pop-in when I'm running around sometimes. And sometimes it gets pretty noticeable. I don't know if you guys are able to see it here, especially since how I have my windows set up. I'm trying something new with my screens here, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you'd just rather have me just talking over a full screen video, which I'm sure is probably the case. But I'm just trying shit out, you know. But yeah. Is there really any other negatives though? Like, I mean, this game is that good, man. I'm sure I can come up with some minor stuff, but all in all, dude, this game came out last year, 2025. My game of the year for 2025 was E33. I chose not to play this game because Act 3 was like pretty bugged, so I put it on hold. Decided to pick it back up like in the beginning of the year, and I don't know, man. This game for me might have outdone E33 for me personally, just because of the type of game it is, and it just really fit exactly what I needed, I think. Looking forward to what these devs do, man. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, there's... I mean, I've already said I'm spoiling, so I kind of want to, like, talk about some other stuff, too, what I really, really like. Each map kind of has your overarching thing. You need to find something. You need to find an object, and then once you find that object, you go to the next zone. But when you find that object, you can now uncover secret things. So there's a bunch of the stuff all over the map. It's very Ubisoft looking. But there are things that are not on the map. That icons are not created. And I'm talking about dungeons. That's cool. So, whereas, you know, sometimes, you know, over here we have Shrine of God, a Smuggler Bay Dungeon, or whatever, you know, this is an icon that there's like a, you know, cave here, and you can go into a little dungeon here. But there's some of them that don't show up on the map. Maybe it's bugged, for all I know, that's a bug, I don't know. But I actually like that some of them are not on here. And so the things that you can unlock once you, like, complete the act, you can now go and find tombs of some of the original Knights of the Round Table, and you get some good shit. Some real good shit. The good shit. That's what I'm saying. That being said, though, crafting can also yield some extremely powerful gear. And then, like, you start finding the synergies that work with you. Like, my build is I was two-hander, big bunk two-hander, with focusing on heavy attacks. You know, this is that's like a normal attack, but then you can also hold, charge, and then it's a heavy attack. But like I maxed out all the skills for that, so I started working on like elemental damage as well, which worked out pretty well. But yeah, this game's great. If you like these kind of games, I've said it before, if you like Elder Scrolls, play this game. That's pretty much it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. It's probably longer than I needed to be. Leave any comments down below. What classes did you play? You know, how did you build your guys' character? You know, kind of thing. How much did you like this game? What are some other games in this genre that maybe I should play? You know, that's not Elder Scrolls. I'm looking forward to a game called... I already forgot what it's called. Alcahest? Something like that. Looks kind of interesting. Fate Keeper looks interesting. Decrepit looks interesting, although I guess they're saying that's supposed to be more Souls-like-ish. And that's the thing about this game too. I actually got a lot of feeling of like the Elder Scrolls vibes of how you play the game, but I got a lot of like vibes of like Dark Souls vibes from a lot of like the environments and stuff. But yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, helps me out. And yeah, see you guys next time.